Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Motorsport. This is my 2013 E92 M3, and today we're going to go over 9 things that annoy the heck out of me about having an E92 M3 race car. I'm sure these things could apply to other cars that you turn into a race car, but these are 9 things that you should probably keep in mind before taking a car to this level of craziness like me. So we're going to go over all that today. So number 1, getting in and out of a race car, especially with a race bucket seat in a 2-car garage, is really challenging. It's even more challenging if my wife parks so close to me, but she actually did a pretty good job. She gave me some space here, so this isn't going to be too bad. But getting in and out of this thing is very challenging. If you take a look, you see these side bolsters, and I don't even have a full cage. So I'm a little worried when I get a full cage in this thing if I'm even going to be able to get in and out of it with her car parked next to me. So I might have to move her car to be able to get in and out of the E92, which is definitely annoying. So getting out is a challenge. You gotta be a yoga master to get in and out of this car, especially getting out. But I've kind of perfected it. And I'm a big guy, 230 pounds. My buddy Jason said I'm 250 pounds. That's not true, but I'm a big guy, so getting in and out of this thing is definitely a challenge. So number 2, the car is super loud and it annoys the hell out of my neighbors. My neighbors are all very nice, but I'm sure they don't like it when I fire this thing up at 6 a.m. in the morning or 8 o'clock at night. So this car is extremely loud. Number 2 is it's super loud and very drony on the interior. There's no way you could ever have a conversation with your passenger in this car. You would lose your voice if you tried. So that's kind of something you got to keep in mind when you strip the interior out and you do all these different things, is it's so loud. So number 3 is there's no radio in here. Even if there was a radio, the car is so damn loud on the interior, I probably couldn't hear it anyways. But when I used to drive this thing to the track, after I stripped the radio out, I got no tunes, I got nothing to kind of keep me occupied as I'm driving to the track, and so I used to actually put a big old boom box on the passenger seat, and I would bump my music on this big boom box. But I finally stopped doing that because I could barely hear it anyways. So that's number 3. Number 4 is the gas fumes. So there's a lot of gas fumes on the interior because everything's gutted. The rear of the car is basically open to the exhaust. So, if you drive this thing a lot on the street or even out a long day after being out on the track, you get a little bit lightheaded because there is a lot of exhaust fumes in the interior of the car. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Thankfully, I love the smell of gas and I like being a little high. So number 5, there's no storage. There's nowhere to put anything in this car. I removed the glove box to save weight, of course, so I don't have room to put anything in here whatsoever. I do have this small little net right here though, so take a look. See this little tiny net in there. I could store, my driver's license and the registration and everything, but there's nowhere to store anything, even in the trunk. So where are you going to put anything in that trunk? You put a bag of groceries or something back in there, it's flying around. Who doesn't want to take their race car to go get groceries? I'd like to, but there's nowhere to store anything. Number 6, these 200 tread wear tires are extremely bad on gravel. I've got a big long gravel driveway, so trying to back this thing out, I'm always spraying gravel with these 200 tread wear tires, especially if the Nankings are worn down. But you see, there's just basically like a slick. Number 7, the clutch pedal is super stiff. So this is a race clutch from Beamer World, and the clutch pedal is pretty stiff. It takes a lot of effort to push the clutch in. So if you're going to drive this around town, or maybe you're going to daily drive your race car, you're basically getting a leg workout, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but You might as well go to the gym and do a leg press when you're pressing this clutch. So number 8 on things that annoy me about this E92 M3 race car is the brakes squeak like shit. When you're coming up to a stop sign and you hit the brake, it immediately starts squeaking and everybody turns and looks at you and you're like, it's a race car, what do you want? It's gonna squeak. So that's annoying. Number 9, this carbon fill panel sunroof leaks. So whenever I wash the car, whenever it rains on track, or if the car's outside and it rains, you're gonna get water that starts running down right here. Not a ton, but it definitely dribbles down. So that is a pretty dang annoying thing, is having this carbon fill panel leak. I could pull it out and I could probably try to reseal it, but you know, maybe I'm lazy. I don't really feel like doing that. Here's a bonus. My driver's seat is directly bolted to the ground, so it doesn't adjust forwards or backwards. So it really limits who can drive the car. There's no adjustment whatsoever. So that's pretty annoying. But again, I did that to save weight because I didn't want to put it on sliders. And I'm the only one that really drives this car much anyways. But as you can see, I do have my buddies hop in here and they'll drive this thing on the street, but there's no adjustment. You cannot slide the seat whatsoever. So that's a bit annoying. All right guys, so that's a wrap. That's 9 things that annoy me about my E92 M3 race car. So hopefully you can learn something from that. You know, it kind of comes with the territory. Of course, I know I did all this to the car. I know it's loud. I know it's obnoxious in the interior. I know the gas fumes smell, but you know, it's something that you kind of keep in mind when you have a race car like this and you live with it day to day and you take it to the track. You know, these are some things that you just don't know until you do it and you find out. So hope you enjoyed the video. You know, thanks for watching. You know, I hope that you guys subscribe if you like these videos. Beast Motorsport! Beefsteak Motorsport. The Beast from the East Motorsport. Try not to get pulled over with no license plate. Fashion. I wish I knew what would happen if I removed my license plate. I have not been pulled over in this car one time yet, and I drive it on the street all the time. I don't have a license plate.